Hey, Browns fans! We're here with all the latest news and in-depth analysis on everything Cleveland Browns. If you're a fan who bleeds orange and brown, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to stay up to date with every twist and turn of the season. There's been some big news that's been making waves, and we have to talk about it. Today, we're diving into some potential big quarterback changes for 2025, including one surprising name, as well as talking about Jameis Winston's quest to lead the Browns to victory against the Saints. It's a packed show, so let's get to it. Okay, let's address the big elephant in the room, Deshaun Watson's future in Cleveland. Trading Watson was supposed to be the key to unlocking a championship window for the Browns. But now, as we approach the end of the 2024 season, the reality looks very different. Watson's massive 5-year, $230 million fully guaranteed contract, unprecedented in NFL history, has become an expensive anchor around the team's neck. He played just 19 games in 3 years, with a record of 9 wins, and before an Achilles injury took him out for the season, his play was, well, let's be real, it was painful to watch. The numbers speak for themselves. Heading into 2025, it's clear the Browns need to cut their losses. It's not an easy decision, but sometimes you have to face the hard truth head-on. Releasing Watson's designation after June 1st would saddle the Browns with $172.7 million in dead cap money over 2 seasons, the largest salary cap hit in NFL history. It's a brutal pill to swallow, but ripping off the Band-Aid now could pave the way for a long-term recovery. The question then becomes, who steps up as the Browns' next quarterback? One intriguing possibility raised by the Athletic's Zach Jackson is none other than Seattle Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith. Smith has enjoyed a career renaissance in Seattle, showing poise, maturity, and flashes of brilliance. But the Seahawks could decide to part ways with him in 2025 to save $25 million against the salary cap. If that happens, Geno could be the best option available for Cleveland. Given the financial constraints they would face after cutting Watson, Geno offers a mix of experience and affordability. Of course, Geno isn't the only potential candidate. The Browns' budget for quarterback replacements will be tight, meaning other options in that range could include the likes of Daniel Jones or Drew Lock. It's not exactly inspiring, but in this cap scenario, the Browns need to think strategically. But hey, don't count out Jameis Winston either. The Browns' current starter has shown some spark since taking over, even if he's had his ups and downs. In just 3 starts, Winston has thrown for over 550 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. He's also given the offense a pulse that was sorely lacking early in the season. Offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey has worked closely with Winston, preaching a straightforward message: trust your eyes, there's no need to force anything. The goal is to keep Winston focused and limit turnovers. Speaking of Winston, this week's matchup against the New Orleans Saints holds special significance for him. He'll be facing his old team in the city where he made 10 starts in 3 seasons. Emotions will undoubtedly run high. This could be a make-or-break game for Winston and the Browns as they look to salvage some pride from what has been a disappointing season. Despite the challenges, there have been bright spots. Second-year receiver Cedric Tillman has been one of them, putting in some standout performances since Winston took over. Their chemistry could be a key factor in turning things around offensively. A win against the Saints could give this team a much-needed morale boost heading into the final stretch of the season. So what do you think, Browns Nation? Is Geno Smith the right choice for a post-Watson Cleveland, or should the Browns take a different approach? Should Winston be given the chance to continue leading this team in the future, or do you see someone else stepping up to the plate? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Now, switching gears, we have some honest words from Myles Garrett that have been given to the press and have generated a lot of buzz about his health, and we also have a tough update on rookie Mike Hall Jr.'s injury, so stick around for all the details. First off, our Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett, has been candid about his health struggles this season. Heading into Week 11, Garrett is still recovering from multiple leg injuries that have plagued him for much of the season. In his own words, he rates his health somewhere between a 6 and an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10. It wasn't a consistent 6 before, Garrett explained. It was up and down. I'm glad I'm older for the most part and I've been able to start playing some good football. Despite not being 100%, Garrett has continued to dominate on the field. Just look at his Week 9 performance against the Los Angeles Chargers, where he had 3 sacks in a 4-play span. That's the kind of impact that makes him a game-changer, even when he's not at his best. Heading into the game against the Saints, Garrett remains tied for 8th in the league with 7 sacks. Imagine what he could do fully healthy. Garrett isn't ignoring the bigger picture, though. Things are getting better, but it's still something to figure out in the offseason, he said. I'm not looking too far into the future, but that's down the road. For fans, it's a bittersweet moment to hear him speak with such realism. We want Garrett healthy for the long haul, but for now, he's focused on one game at a time. What do you think, Browns Nation? Will Garrett's tenacity lead to a late-season resurgence for us? Sound off in the comments with your thoughts. Now, let's shift to some challenging news on the defensive line. Rookie defensive tackle Mike Hall Jr. has suffered a knee injury, and it's a big blow to our depth. Hall was showing flashes of potential, filling in admirably after Zadarius Smith left for the Detroit Lions. Unfortunately, Hall's knee injury kept him out of practice, and the Browns have officially ruled him out for the Week 11 matchup against the Saints. Head coach Kevin Stefanski didn't sugarcoat it, indicating that Hall's injury could keep him out for a while. If he ends up on injured reserve, we're looking at a 4-game minimum by league rules. For a young player trying to make his mark, that's a tough setback. Hall's contributions thus far have been modest, 5 tackles in 4 games, but he's only 21, and his potential is undeniable. The prospect of pairing him with Myles Garrett still looms large for the future of our defensive front. But for now, the Browns have some tough decisions to make. How do they fill the void left by Hall's absence? Depth players like Ogbo Okoronkwo and Isaiah McGuire may get more reps, but the coaching staff will have to get creative. It's going to take all hands on deck to keep this defensive line competitive. So, Browns fans, what do you think of the latest updates? Can Garrett overcome his injuries and finish the season strong? And how should the team handle the absence of Mike Hall Jr.? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below. We know the Browns aren't doing great, but we can't lose faith. Let's believe and root for our team to get out of this hole. Stay strong, be a Dawg Pound. If you enjoyed this analysis, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all your Browns news and analysis. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Go Browns!